It's a shame I can't have the music playing, but there you go. Fiddly-dee.
Always a fiddly-dee.
Absolutely. Except one was not fiddle one's D whilst on camera, I suppose. It would be a bad plan. You're going to get me banned for sure. How's the Who, of course, would be first in to say hello? It's Convict. Oh. Hello, Convict. How are you? How is your day going? You have many, many children. Always, my friend, always. Congratulations on managing this and lurking other people's streams and also having a house full of children. That is impressive. Very impressive indeed. I could barely get this to work, I'm afraid to say. I'm hot and it's madness. Do you know, I've got the windows open as well, and I'm even changing the stream plan because I was going to do the chicken 2 ways, including the air fryer, but I can't face having 2 ovens on in the kitchen. It's too much. Oh, and an awesome wife to help. Of course you do. Of course you do, because of course we're talking to Mr. Kitten, of course. And she is wonderful, I have no doubt. Well, I hope you're well. Yes, something was going on there. I was trying to get it started and running, but it was having none of it. So we force-stopped the Twitch application, restarted the phone, turned off all extraneous devices, sort of like a Boeing 747, just with cooking. So just do a little light prep as we get going. Maybe that not many people join us actually, because we're late twice over. But are the kids having fun? Are you managing to escape most of the this rather insufferable heat? Hello, Lewis. How are you? How's your day? We're just remarking upon the fact that the weather is neither fit nor man nor beast. Lewis, as was ever, he's redeemed a posture check. Just check that I've stood upright. Belt and braces. It could have been that you needed to reboot the internet. It could be. Thankfully, whatever it was has decided to fix itself. Pretty good, stupidly hot. Quite agree. I am off camera. I'm dripping with sweat, which is, of course, what everybody needed to know. There's a delightful image there. But it's just, as you say, it's insufferably hot. We're British, damn it. We need a good breeze or something. You're meant to reboot it at least once. So that. And in my surprise, you may gather the last time I remembered to reboot our internet, it's been a lot longer than a week. Just to get these prepared. So whilst I do, folks, what's for your various dinners tonight? What are you enjoying? Convict, what are you feeding the kids? I need almonds. Some water actually whilst we do. And some last minute work. I'm sorry that we're late starting. It sort of dropped in at the parachuted in at the 11th hour, and it couldn't be avoided. So just made them he's made them pizza.
Oh, cute.
Love it. From scratch. Are you going to impress us all the more? I'm genuinely waiting to turn the oven on just as long as I possibly can.
Yeah.
Do absolutely everything but Irish. Do you know what? It's one of those things that I won't do. I'm not planning to do ever on stream. It's just because my brother is such an aficionado when it comes to making pizza. I fear I would just simply be treading on his toes, well, you see, the heat. My brain just stopped there. I'd be treading on his toes, and I would do it badly. That's what I was going to say. I'm going to try and make bread and jam. Good luck, Lewis. Yes, absolutely. If you need anything, give me a shout. I am still catching up with our Discord recipes, but absolutely, let us know how that goes. Marvellous. My head has been all over the place. Honestly, today, both I and Mrs. L just remarked, it's just been impossible to get anything done. It's just that kind of oppressive heat that just stops all function. And I'll be honest, it suddenly makes the Mediterranean lifestyle of having a siesta part-way through the day and finishing off the day later on make a whole heap of sense. It suddenly is bears a huge hallmark of common sense. Oops, it's easy. So it's going to be a very slow stream tonight, I think. I've been trying to get a donate button on my streams now that I know how to do it, but my head would not let me, so I'm going to wait until winter. Okay. That's fair enough. I mean, it's been something I've been, maybe you and I can chat about it. I've been toying with these things as well, but it's sort of, I'm just pleased to have everyone here for the most part. It's sort of wondering whether to do it or not do it. And sub goals, for example. I mean, I know that you've got them, Convict, and chat point goals. But one, I don't know how to put them on. And two, I've been mulling, well, does it make me seem greedy to put them on? But I suppose it's almost nice to see what we're aiming towards. And did you spot, actually, this has caught me by surprise, we're nearly at 150 followers. You are 140 of you are a marvellous, marvellous bunch. You lovely lot. You're all mad, of course. I mean, you're watching me basically whisk an egg and chat to you. I mean, I'm terribly grateful to you being here. Jess just said it was faster than subs due to which you have to wait till you get. Okay. So make a donate and you get it there. And I see. Right. Okay. I understand. Right, I think it's... I'll try this again. I'll host and chat. You're very kind, Lewis. Thank you ever so much. It's very kind of you. You're very good to us. You're very good to us indeed. Now, I require some ground almonds. Probably some more ground almonds. We all seem to be having head problems. Yes, I may need occasional direction during the stream. What was I doing? Where am I going? What do I mean this stream? That's every stream, you know. Also, Comic, I'd yet to put our moment of glory onto YouTube, but I shall. The marvellous moment of the Rocket Men of Call of Duty. Such marvellous fun, that. If anyone, we celebrated Convict's affiliation by playing Call of Duty with rocket launchers, amongst other things. It was marvellous fun. So I'll explain why we need that in a moment. Let's start with the slightly drier matter of carving ourselves just a little bit of chicken. So this is my healthy version of a takeaway. That's we shan't name brands, but it rhymes with phenomenos. It's the Kickers combo, or is it closer to a select? Do you think?
I don't know. It's a glorified chicken nugget.
It's yes, McDonald's, shall we say? A McDonald's chicken strip, select, bite, you name it. One of those. We all know what I'm talking about, but turning it into a slightly healthier alternative. And all you need are 2 chicken breasts, and we are just going to remove any little excesses that we don't particularly want. There we go. Right, now we're singing Rocket Man, something, can't remember the words. The idea being, we don't really want any of this excess. We're not going to need it. We are, however, going to need a rolling pin, which is also, this is a great recipe if you're ever having a particularly stressful day. Yes, today has been... I've been all right recently, just being way too hot. You know, I think absolutely everyone in the same boat. We're all in the same boat. Everyone make sure you stay well hydrated. Very important. Keep your water intake up. It's not a Public Health England announcement. That's an owl announcement. So, and Kitten. Hello, Kitten. How are you? Are you well? I was just in deep conversation with Mr. Kitten. I understand that you've been having pizza this evening. I've always got my homemade lemonade. Ooh, homemade lemonade. Very nice. Now just slapping meat around the place. How has your day been? By any chance, like the rest of us, insufferably warm? Dude, it's Mr. Convict, not Mr. I was wondering how many times I could say it before I just get the capital letters out. Forgive me, I gently rib and chide you, my friend. There we go. Yes, well, shouldn't be so mean on such a hot day, should I? But having said that as well, I've just noticed. Also, hello, it's the UFC wrestling man himself. Omega Phoenix is here. Champion of octagons, that's it. I've just demonstrated about 99% of my sporting knowledge there that I could bring to the fore. I hope you're well. I hope you're enjoying yourself. You join us here as we do our healthy fakeaway. If you've ever attempted, and we're saying without branding. Oh, also, what's this crown doing here, Cannabis? I'm doing great, Omega. Thanks for asking. Work tried to sully my plans for this evening and Mrs. Owl's, but we escaped the clutches just about. And then technology was thwarting our attempt to get the stream going. But here we are. We have made it at last. And I'm going to soon have to turn the oven on, and I'm not looking forward to that particularly. If you want to get the maximum meat, by the way, I sometimes do this, is in the same way that you do butterfly chicken, slice down the middle there, and it'll actually just let the knife do most of the work. And there we are. Doubled the amount of chicken that we can therefore deploy into our various fillets. That's not so good bit there, so we'll just cut that out. I feel a small timeout coming. What's happening? Who said what? Still feel bad for accidentally timing out the young lady the other day. Did I tell you, my love, I accidentally timed someone out of poor Omega's chat after they kindly donated various bits because my finger slipped. Oh no, it was Convict, sorry, it wasn't Omega, it was Convict.
That's so rude.
I know, it's terribly rude. I had to work out how to untime them out and bring them back again. Sorry. My mistake. Oh dear me. Yes, and I apologise, there's no background music tonight, folks, just because I don't know what was going on with the app, but I figure we're better off having one thing working rather than two. And it's bass. Bass or bass, however you like. How are you doing this evening? I wouldn't, she called you. Ooh, that's a very naughty word. Okay, well, I don't feel quite so bad then. Sure. Someone used a very naughty word against Omega, and it happened to be the person who my finger slipped against. I suddenly don't feel quite as bad. I am surviving all right. My feathers are all of a fluster, but we are here. How are you today? How's the weather where you are? So, what we're doing now is to just try and flatten out the meat. I could bang it, but I will bang it. Why not? Bass is in the guitar. Brilliant. Super. I needed that. I needed that phonetic distinction. Thank you very much. You're just becoming a puddle. Yes, I am. I'm not kidding. I'm sweating on my arms, my forehead, the lot. In fairness, I did write. I did write by accident. It's exactly my first-person shooter gaming style as well. I accidentally did exactly the right thing. I can hear a very belligerent duck quacking outside. I'm only whacking things, be quiet. So just give that a 90-degree turn. Top Twitch content this, folks. You're watching kitchen foil wrapped chicken getting whacked with a... How are we doing? Has that flattened it out? Yes, it has. There we go. That's what I was after. We've got a much flatter surface area for our chicken. Now that I know what she said to... Oh no, she said something to Kitten as well. Who is this person, by the way? Is it mystery guest, or are they known to us? Or are they one of these trolls that one finds under a bridge? Can't be having with mean things being said to Omega and Kitten. They're lovely. Don't deserve that. Won't be doing that. Now, hoik out your chicken. Sorry, say again, Mother. Yes, that's the technical term, hoiking one's chicken. Now that you've got your chicken carved, you've removed the nasty bits, and you've got it flattened out, then get yourself a bowl of ground almonds. To be honest, I'm keeping it vague because it depends how much chicken you've got, for how many people you're cooking for. I've done 3/4 of a bowl for 2 breasts of chicken. Well, they can say what they like about Omega. He's a big boy, but exactly. One must stand up for one's familial relations. And I'm amazed that I've told my phone to load absolutely nothing whilst I'm streaming, and I'm just getting thousands of WhatsApp messages from various groups. Very bizarre. So, as ever, my love of pepper, in goes pepper. Smoked paprika. Sigh from Mrs. Owl. Are you alright, love? Do you need a drink?
I need something.
You need something. And salt, of course. Don't forget your salt. Don't forget that. No hot sauce in this recipe. Oh, no. This is chicken to delight, rather than have you running for the nearest towel to... Oh, hang on. Phoenix... What? Oh my goodness, I've just remembered... Convict's right. Omega... Oh no. Omega was playing a UFC game, and we were wondering how well he would fare. And I, out of nowhere, said that I think he will knock out his opponent in the 3rd round. And if he does, I will dip one of my chicken wings into some hot sauce.
Why did you say that?
Honestly, I didn't think it would go that long, and somehow the fight went into the 3rd round, and Convict has quite rightly remembered. Convict, you've got a very good memory. I would like to congratulate you and curse you in the same voice in this particular instance. Mod of the year, you've just taken me out at the knees. What I'm aiming for here, don't worry, I shall honour it. I shall dip it in some hot sauce and then suck on the nearest piece of citrus. What I'm after particularly with the paprika is just that little tinge of heat. But I want to just, you can see hopefully there, the colour has turned a sort of light mottled red. That's really what I'm after. However, maybe a little bit more. I should probably measure this out in due course, but maybe we'll use this as a demonstration and next time we'll measure it. Bit more pepper. And the nice thing about this is, again, Convict thinking you've got many children around, Omega as well, and Kitten. It's a good one for the kids, this. Just remind them not to put fingers to mouths and they'll be absolutely fine. So give that a mix. Don't think we need anything else in there. And now, all we want to do is take our egg base. In fact, yes, I really can't believe you remembered that. I'd completely forgotten. But it didn't really occur to me that it actually happened. Do I get a say in which hot sauce at the very least? So, take first strip, lightly brush with egg, and then into your light ground almond batter. So the opponent was too strong. Omega, you couldn't take him out quicker for me? If I gave you all the bits? No, I'm just kidding. I gave you the bits because it was a wonderful stream. So just lightly coat. Just give a little shake there. Tap it off. There you have. Without any of the kind of excess baggage or calories, because this is meant to be a healthy fakeaway option, but tasty. You've got yourself, depending on your like, you've either got a McDugget or a McFlonald's chicken faplect. Have fun, Omega, and yes, bon nuit to the little man. So here we go. So, and that's all it is then, because you've got your mixture together, lightly coat. In fact, I missed a bit there, so I'll just give that a little extra. And 2 chicken breasts will take you a huge way. Hello, Sammy, how are you? How is the ankle? Is it the ankle and foot? How are you feeling? Poor chap. Did I tell you, Mrs. Hall, he's actually broken his foot.
Oh, God.
Football's dangerous. Really dangerous if you go over. What's the prognosis? Are you feeling all right? You still up for doing your 24-hour stream on Saturday? Hi. He's happy. That's a good answer when you've got a broken part of your personage.
Have you ever broken a bone?
I have, touch wood.
You've never broken a bone?
I've never broken a bone.
That's insane.
That or I'm a complete coward. And I've never been in a situation. I have been quite badly injured here and there, but never broken anything. If I get dinner wrong, I suppose there's always a first time for everything. Mrs. Owl will come for me. I am, of course, joking. How is your... if the pain isn't as bad, then yes, I will carry on. Good man. Well, if it... No, everyone would understand, of course, if you needed to postpone. So, don't put yourself through the middle. But I do wish you a most fractured ankle and broken foot. Oof, blimey, the double whammy. Jeepers. Well, Sammy, I hope for you the speediest and most painless of recoveries. And if you can be high for the entirety of your recovery on a legitimate and legal basis, I say take full advantage of that fact. Ride straight into that particular punch, Take it for everything that it's worth. Mrs. Howler's looking slightly defeated by today. You're all right, Poppet?
Yeah, it means I'm not drawing as good either.
You're not drawing as well because of the heat?
Because of the heat, because I feel crappy.
Yes, it has been a trying day for us, folks. I hope you've all had a good day. We're all here now to unwind and relax, but I think it looks lovely. What's wrong? It doesn't look crap. Mrs. Howler's mid-drawing at the moment. I think, Sammy, and this is... Yeah, I think that's a good point, because, Convict, you got the knowledge here. You did a very long stream, and I imagine that you needed breaks and to walk around, and... Yes, it's something I think you would want to be quite comfortable doing. And speaking of comfort, I can tell you that my levels are decreasing as this oven gets hotter and hotter. So, Sammy, just to recap, what we've done is we've taken... and you have to look after your daughter as well. Oh, blimey. Yeah, I think, Sammy, maybe wait until you're firing on all cylinders, my friend. Just a thought from the roost over here, high above in his branches. And what we're making, Sammy, sorry, because I appreciate you've just popped in. We're making a healthy version of, without branding here. You can either call it a chicken flugget or a McDonald's chicken perplect. As your want would have it, or indeed a Scromino's Kickers combo. You're completely failing here. Basically, I'm saying most takeaways do some derivation of breaded or deep fried chicken. A fakeaway, yes, sir. So instead of having a takeaway with perhaps the nasties attached to it, this is my version of doing a fakeaway. So if you feel like a takeaway but not the expense or the lack of health involved, this is just 2 breasts of chicken. We've taken out all the fat, all the nasty bits, and the coating is just egg with ground almonds. So it's particularly good actually if you've just been to the gym, because you've got, almonds protein, chicken protein. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. Yes, Sammy. I thought you didn't understand the concept. Okay, so you do it all the time. Okay, sorry. Beg your pardon. I'm preaching to the choir. Okay, so there we go. Yeah, so it's just the equivalent of chicken you can get from a takeaway. The coating is almonds, paprika, salt, pepper. Gives it that nice little reddish touch when it comes out. Just a light coating. And honestly, 2 chicken breasts will take you a massive length of the way. Yes, I do beg your pardon, Sam. I didn't mean to insult your intelligence. It's the heat. I'm going to blame the heat for anything daft that's said this evening. Let us all blame the heat. So here we go. So now I've nearly filled the entire oven tray. I might just get them all on. You're very kind, Sammy. Thank you very much. Very understanding of you. I think you'd be very wise to take it easy until you are feeling fully replete and full of your strength once again. So here we go. Let's just pop that in. I'm now starting to get quite gummied up hands. We need to do a collab. You know, I've never known what people would want to collab with me on. What would you like to collab with me about? What could I do? What could I do for you, everybody out there? I could do voiceovers if you need a voiceover. Sammy, I could do you a spoof commentary for FIFA. Someone who knows absolutely nothing about football. Do the comedy version instead. And, well, yeah, yes indeed, and cooking. That would, of course, make much more sense. Sammy, I'm going to play the heat card once again. That should really have occurred to me a little bit quicker. And to be fair, of course, ladies and gentlemen, Sammy here is actually a chef, whereas I'm just a highly enthused amateur, with more enthusiasm, perhaps, than skill. And we are down to... I thought I could get them all in one. I'm probably not going to get there, actually. So, let's, I think, get these in, and then I shall just do another batch that I can use as nibbles or something. Whew, I tell you what, it's getting warm in here. Goodness gracious. Most people can't do what you're doing right now. Oh, you're very, very kind to me, very good to me. So, I'm going to put these to one side, because that's to do 2 people. I mean, that's, as you can see, that's a massive amount of chicken from less than 2 breasts. It goes a long way once you've actually flattened it out, which is, I thought, quite a nice thing, didn't you, love? You ended up eating, oops, Daisy, eating quite a bit less, but feeling like it's more. And it's Meow Kai. Hello, how are you? Well, come on in, welcome, welcome, welcome. Can't wait for tomorrow's stream. Yes, tomorrow is Rimworld. I didn't, Sammy, funnily enough. What I did on this occasion was I cut out the bad bits, the kind of the fat, the sinews, the tendons, lost anything there. Did them into thin strips, laid them out onto a chopping board, and then I've just basically bashed them with a rolling pin just to flatten them out completely, and then use them into the egg and to the coating. But everybody, please do say hello to Meow Kai. She is an artist and doing various bits and pieces. If you don't follow her, please, I shall go and shout her out. Please go and see what she does. And her streams are marvellous fun to go and watch. So do say hello, everybody. I can't do anything in the chat because I'm on my phone, but you can click her name and you can go and see her. She's lovely fun to watch and a lovely person. And Miyake, what we're doing is our fake takeaway chicken, and this is with a ground almond, paprika, pepper and salt crust, which I'm going to just put in the oven. And I'm going to very quickly do, although Mrs. Al's not feeling like she needs, it's too hot for too much food, but I was going to do them. I'm going to just do some sweet potato fries. I'll try and make them look pub-esque. I'll try and make them look the bee's knees. Although I've never examined the bee of a knee. The bee of a knee? The knee of a bee. Oh, the heat thwarts me, ladies and gentlemen. So just a little bit. Sorry, my niece came. Oh, Convict's niece came and tried to sleep on his chest. Convict, I'm sure the reason that she did that is it's an eminently comfortable looking place. You clearly have a very sensible niece, is all I shall say. So, plenty of seasoning. And yes, Lewis, when we come back, of course, tomorrow, making spag balls soon, got my chair out there ready. Good man, Spogbal. Oh, heavens to Betsy, the heat, dear me. Fiddlesticks and and all other things. How are I and Mrs. Owl today? Well, it's been a little bit of a stressful day. We've had some fairly unpleasant characters to have to deal with from a nearby building site. But you'll be pleased to know Mr. Owl stood his own and gave what for. Not pleasant chaps. But apart from that, work has just been, I think, as everyone's found, terribly difficult when basically all your brain is screaming at you is, oh God, it's hot. Oh God, oh God. So let's just see. So are we back again tomorrow? We are indeed. We are, and thank you for whoever knocked out whoever that was trying to sell whatever that was. We're not here for that. We're here for chilled conversation. A view bot. Was it a view bot? Goodness gracious. Well, we haven't had one of those before. So there you go. The first one may be the last. There. Mod of the year. We'll get you a hat. An impressive looking hat, I think. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you I'm sweating absolute buckets over here. Goodness gracious. Dear me. So, these, again, I'm just going to do in the oven. Nothing really fancy about this dish whatsoever. So, however, for an unfancy dish, I am making a massive amount of... It's unfollowed me from your channel. Oh, good grief. Sammy, welcome back. We will assume you've never left. As far as any of us are concerned, Sammy, you never have. You will always be here as long as you wish to be. So I've got the chicken and the sweet potatoes in. I'm going to just get them going straight. So, hello. Lewis would like a haiku or a sonnet. Where is Kindle? Hang on.
Oh, do you remember when I looked up this funny haiku? There's a haiku. Oh, there were lockdown haikus.
There were lockdown haikus.
Oh, yeah.
Right, let's fire up the old haiku generator. Not haiku, sonnet. Oh dear me. What's the temperature say it's in here now, my dove? Is it warm?
27.5 degrees.
Well, it's 27.5 degrees where Mrs. Owl is, and I'm sat probably just dripping. You'll never leave. Oh, what a star! Right, we need haikus. I am going to change that, Lewis. I'm going to make one haiku and one sonnet. I'm going to split them in half and get a haiku book that I could read from. So. Let's take a moment, everyone. Let's find one. So, let's find one that looks appropriate. Well, that could be quite good because it's definitely not this.
Oh, this one.
Oh, hang on. I think you're going to get two for the price of one if Mrs. Owl has found. Is this a lockdown haiku?
Yeah.
Can I read it to them?
Yeah, that one. Wait, read it first to check what you think.
Hang on.
I like it. I remember seeing it and thinking this is so true.
2 for 1. Here we are. This is a haiku.
It's a lockdown haiku.
Lockdown haiku. Dining al fresco with our last food from Tesco. Pasta and pesto. Do love a haiku. Short and sweet. This is called The First Winter and Spring in Quebec. And this is the sonnet. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen. September bade the sail of Pontegrave Godspeed, and smiled upon the infant nation. October decked the shores and hills with gay prognostics of approaching desolation. Ere long the forest, steeped in golden gloom, dropped rustling down its shrivelled Heat got me there. Do that sentence again. Dropped rustling down its shrivelled festal dress, and chill November, sombre as the tomb, sank on the vast primeval wilderness. Inexorable winter's iron vice gripped hard the land, funereal with snow. The stream was filled with grinding drifts of ice. A fell disease laid 20 Frenchmen low in death, and left the dauntless leader 8, with whom to hold the new world's fortress gate. The spring. The purgatory passed. The stalactites that fringed the cliffs fell crashing to the earth with clamour shrill. The wild geese skimmed the heights. In airy naves, sailing the north, the bluebirds chirruped in the naked woods. The water willows donned their downy blooms. The trim swamp maple blushed with ruddy buds. The forest ash hung out its sable plumes. The shade bush gleamed a wreath of purest snow. The white stars of bloodroot peeped from folds of rotting leaves, and in the meadows low shone saffron spots, the gay marsh marigolds. May made all green, and on the 5th of June a sail appeared, with succour none too soon. And there we are, folks. That's in fact only about 3 for the price of 1. Every time I'm just going to save up. I'll do the haikus, I think, before the sonnets, because the haikus are only really a 575 in terms of length, whereas a sonnet can be quite a little bit longer. But there we are, folks. Because we're in absolutely boiling summer, I've given you a sonnet about winter and spring. Contrary? Absolutely. And there we go. Right. Cracking on. Let, as Convict always tells us to do, we clean as we go. Whoops, a daisy. Or in my case, make an absolute mess as we go. Absolutely everywhere. I shall promise to Mrs. Owl, who has not looked up, I shall clean it all. We need a YouTube series of you just straight reading novels. I had wondered, and this is a genuine contemplation, has anyone ever heard of a filibuster? Out of curiosity. Has anyone...
What, you want to do one of those?
I've pondered this very briefly. I don't know whether or not this is utterly suicidal. I think I'd actually have to take a day's annual leave for what I'm thinking of.
A day's annual leave to recover.
Yeah, no one's heard of it. Right. What a filibuster is, and I'll find a link, and Convict, I'm almost queuing you up here for a moment to be mod-like. If you could just link our Discord, because I shall put a link to an example in our Discord. Look at that shameless bowls to sing. What a filibuster is in a political forum, is where you...
Does it only exist in America?
I don't know. I think you can do it in the United Kingdom too. What it is... I'll take another seat because it's very warm and have something to drink. A filibuster, particularly in American politics, is where someone stands up. Owl hasn't seen the comment. Hang on, what comment? I missed a comment. What have I missed? That's what I'm saying. He could do Come Dine With Me, narrating or documentary. Ah, right. I have now seen the comment. I'm so sorry. Sammy, please forgive me. You've accidentally been knocked from the channel and had to re-follow us, and I'm missing what you're saying. I apologise. Sammy said you could voice Come Dine With Me. I'd happily do that. I think that'd be rather marvellous fun, actually. I don't think anyone would take me seriously, but I think it'd be good fun. Because we've got the plan to do... We're going to narrate our RimWorld stream. There's going to be a video and I'll narrate what's going on as a little sort of storyboard. I will do the same with Skyrim when we get back to it. But a filibuster is where, in American politics, you stand up to make an argument and then you don't stop. You're not allowed to stop to go to the toilet. You can't stop to take a drink. You basically stand there and keep talking to run out the clock so that perhaps your opponent can't do something completely nefarious whilst you're there. And I was wondering about doing a charity stream where I'll give myself just a little bit more grace than that, but to basically do a back-to-back set of readings of novels for charity and keep going until they're all read. Something like the Harry Potter books, or...
Keep going until they're all read?
I don't know how long it would take me to read them.
Literally a gazillion years.
Mrs. Hal may have spotted the flaw in the plan.
They are tomes at the end. If you read, you could do like the first 3 books because they're like short. But like from the 4th one, what was that one called? The one where Cedric Diggory died.
It was the Triwizard Tournament. Because I think
it wasn't called that. The Goblet of Fire.
Goblet of Fire.
From the Goblet of Fire, the books are like this.
Maybe I need to have a look at them. But something like that, because I also know someone wanted me to actually read Harry Potter and would have been quite happy with that. But if I did that and did essentially...
Do voices?
I would try and do voices. They'd be awful.
Do a Hagrid voice?
You're a wizard, Harry.
Oh.
It's Robbie Coltrane. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. It's not bad, is it? I don't know whose voice is else. No. We're here chatting. Mrs. L's working on a project over there that's yet to be released into the wild, which I'm very excited about. I could do 1 book per stream. You see, that's what I was wondering. Or like have a Discord voice with other streamers voicing the other people. That could be quite fun too, actually. Yeah. But I was wondering if, in terms of raising money for charity, whether or not that would have any legs on it. It's just something that's kicking around in my head. Are we allowed to see the projects after they're done? Absolutely. Well, I mean, Mrs. Owl's projects will be released into the wild. I've missed it again. Sammy, what have I missed? I'm so sorry. I think I should lower the hydrate coins for this heat. That's a good idea, actually. Yes, I think if it's for tomorrow at least, I will do definitely that, Sammy. Thank you very much. Well, poor Sammy. Can we have a little shout out here for Sammy, who's been entirely marvellous. And I keep missing his messages, and it's always Sammy. I'm so sorry. Sammy, ladies and gentlemen, who's not only injured himself in the oh, Sammy, I'm sorry. He's injured himself in the line of duty. He plays FIFA and went out to play football, almost method acting for his stream. He went to go. Not only was he not content just to play it digitally, he had to get there in the thick of it, and the sweat and the blood and the toil, and has come back wounded in the process. However, you should indeed go over and see what he does. He also plays Call of Duty, and he's a lovely, lovely fellow. So Sammy, my apologies for missing you, but a shameless plug for you. Why should I be shameless? This is where we come to chat. So there we go. So that's another thought. Right, how are we doing in here? We're crisping up nicely. Convict, I need to set that up. I'm not as efficient as Omega. I haven't got that in place yet. You can do a little command which will do a little shout out to lovely people. So it'll then appear like I've got the Convict, my top mod. Can you demonstrate lurk for me? Convict's a marvellous fellow. He's master assistant, stage left. So I'm just going to finish off these last 4. So there we go. If you ever need to pop off, folks, and you need to just have a little lurk in the background, let us know. We shall wish you toodaloo until you come back again. Because you're always welcome here, no matter if you are having a lurk, having a chat, doing neither, being, I'm so sorry, Sammy, missed occasionally. Have I ever seen a bald owl?
Have you ever seen an owl?
I have seen an owl. We actually saw one where we live because it flew right overhead in the shadows. It was really quite something.
What are you talking about? I'd pay for you to hold all
Yes.
those owls.
And whilst we were out and about, there was a display involving owls as well. And Mrs. Owl let me hold some, and I had a great time with it.
I let you.
Well, yes, have I ever seen a hairless owl? I have, Lewis. I am not putting that picture. Yeah, without the feathers and stuff. They're quite scary when they've had a shave, basically.
What, do they shave then?
No, I don't think routinely, but if you find...
Alopecia owls.
Alopecia owls.
Is that a thing?
Mrs. Owl is now, I think, Googling hairless owls. So let's just do the last few of these. And because it's so warm, ladies and gentlemen, I was going to finish... Oop! That's the reaction we've got.
They look like chickens, like plucked chickens.
Chicken of the night. Let's do the last 3.
That's horrible. Have you ever seen this?
I have seen it.
Oh my god.
Lewis, you may have ruined owls for Mrs. Owl. That's what's underneath the feathers, folks. There we are. So that's my last 3 there. I'm going to just put them in later on because we've got more than enough for dinner. So let's just do a little clean up. So let's just put that to one side. And then, as you can see, it's been such a busy day. It's chaos in the kitchen behind me. I've not had a chance to wash up, clean up, pretty much since breakfast, actually. So there we go. And we'll do just a little... it says, welcome to Decaffeinated Owl's chat room. Did we break away there for a moment? Oh, did you lose us, folks? Hello? How long did you lose us for?
What is going on today?
I don't know. There's something going on today because we took us...
It must be that app.
It took us 4 attempts, Sammy, to get started today. I was there at 6:30, about 30 seconds. Well, what we covered in the 30 seconds is that we may have ruined owls for Mrs. Owl for, well, forever. It took us 4 attempts to actually get the stream going today. So something I think is going on somewhere. But then again, we're also in the countryside, and sometimes things just don't quite. The main thing is the main thing is, Sammy, that you're all here, because without all of you, I'm just chatting. I'm a man chatting in the kitchen. The fun comes with all of you being here. Now I don't need that anymore. It would not be a decaffeinated owl stream without all of you. So there we are. Thank you to all of you. Now we have, as I sweat away most of my body weight. Whew, that's hot. Does Mrs. Owl have any pets? Well, me, I'm a complete ape. We don't. We would like to get 2 dogs. That is the grand plan at the moment. And ideally, I would like Mrs. Owl to be able to just focus on her. I would like her side projects to be her main projects, if I can possibly do it. The type. Now, the type varies just a little bit, depending how we feel. It's either, I think, Cavapoo or Shih Tzu, really, isn't it? That?
Yeah.
I think that's what we're kind of contemplating. What's that really great big sloppy dog one? The Canadian one.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of the name. Are we going to get Owl?
St. Bernard.
Not St. Bernard. No, it was a.
Bigger than that.
It was bigger than a St. Bernard. Now I have an interesting issue here, folks, is because they sold out of peas. I'm now having to filter through a bag of sweet corn and peas and remove the sweet corn, because sweet corn does not belong with this dish. So just whip them out. What am I trying to think of? It's a Canadian huge dog from Canada. Oh, Newfoundland. That's it.
Yeah.
But quite frankly, it would be bigger than Mrs. Owl. It would be huge upon her. So here we go. She loves sweet corn, but in the tin. You know, I'm a fan of sweet corn. Absolutely am. I just this is the only way I could get any peas for this evening. So just sift these out. Like quick. Few might escape the net. I'll just have to live with that, I think. One thing I actually stumbled upon recently that surprised me was potatoes in tins. Hadn't had them before until this year, and then actually I was like, oh, they're not so bad. I used them for a healthy coronation chicken recipe. Well, that's something we should do again. I see you have the non-stick pans. We do, Sam. We got these from John Lewis because ours were dying. And what brand are they? They're a Never Stick. And we're going to very slowly replace, I think, our entire collection, because I absolutely love these. They're fantastic.
Not sponsored.
No, indeed, not sponsored whatsoever. However, if John Lewis would like to and afford us an entire collection... oh, you got those pans as well, Lewis. Mrs. Owl, you're clearly amongst excellent taste. Everyone else is following suit. Just realised the folly of trying to pick out sweet corn from a bag of peas, putting the sweet corn back in said bag of peas, and then I think we may just have to have some sweet corn with our peas.
Yeah, see, this is why I didn't put it into the
You got the saucepans as well. Are they good, Lewis? Because we got part of them just to test how good they were. That's not working. Just there we go.
Maybe you can eat dinner and I'll get a
Oh, I love that. Mrs. Aldrin said, maybe you can eat the dinner tonight and I'll get a takeaway. Some resounding endorsement. I tell you what, I'll make sure you only get peas in your dinner. No. And there we are. To be fair, I don't really cook with the saucepan. As long as you've got the collection, it means that you can always sort of have a use for it. I'm going to mop my brow, actually. Oh, dear me. Whew. If you've got the whole collection, at least you know that you've got it whenever you need it. It's the... You have the frying pan of the... Are we all sponsored by John Lewis this year? Everybody's got the John Lewis Never Stick pans. We are all of good taste. There we go. Whoa. So, let's just quickly... Convict, we're going to have to sort that. Clearly we're going to have to parachute you in some... see how we're getting along. So you can hopefully see we're getting a little bit of browning on the outside. They're crisping quite nicely. They need a little bit longer still, so let's throw them back in. Sweet potatoes doing quite well. How you doing over there, my darling? Warm. Blur. Crispy skin. Yes. My tongue is now bigger than my mouth. Crispy skin indeed. Mm.
What do you think so far?
Do you want to come and show me? I think it looks fantastic. I wish I could tell you all what I'm looking at.
You can show.
Can I show them? Folks, would you
I
like...
don't think you'll be able to see, like, other people weren't enthusiastic when we showed it over the phone.
Well, other people are not quite as lovely and appreciative as I. Would you like to see Mrs. Owl's project, folks? One of her many art drawings at the moment.
Oh, I have to bring it to you. Slave labour.
Slave labour.
So brilliant.
Yeah, it's seriously, here is amazing. Imagine if Al was his last name and they're actually Mr. and Mrs. Owl. So hopefully you can see this well. This is Mrs.
Oh yeah,
Owl's
there's lots of fingerprints on.
Inner Jam. And I particularly love it. I love a good pun. So that's all drawn on Procreate. And that is going to be part of an upcoming project, which I shall tell you all about in due course when it's ready to go. But that's one of several. Can we show them one more?
What one do you want to share? You can pick.
Which one's my... I don't like picking favourites. Which... Oh, hang on. Surely that one. Or that one.
I don't know, whatever one you want.
Yeah, we'll pick one.
No.
Right, I'm going to pick this one. There we go. Happy orange juice, ladies and gentlemen. And there'll be more of this to come in the future. I like these. OJ with a smile. I love them. That is great.
Thank you.
Oh, how are we doing in the oven? Let's see. Ooh, well, I can see in the reflection that I look as though... Is anyone old enough to remember that Jean-Claude Van Damme film where they're fighting in a cave? Is it Lionheart or something? Where there was a bad guy who had to wipe sweat from his brow, and they had basically looked like a squirt gun coming off the man's head. And as he did that, it was as though someone was behind him with a hose just going... I just thought, what on earth were they thinking? I've no idea. Right. Let's have... That was really lazy on my part, actually, because I didn't even get out the chair. Let's just see if our chicken has actually cooked. That's... Find a knife of some form. So we've got our crispy homemade chicken. 11 people. Hello, all 11 of you. I hope you're having a lovely evening. Do shout out and say hello if we've not had a chance to say hi to you before. So what we've got is our healthy takeaway chicken. It's ground almond coating with smoked paprika, pepper, salt. That to me actually looks cooked all the way through. So I think we are nearly there. Double digits, how marvellous. Hello to you all. Just going to have a quick, let's just check it for seasoning. Hang on. I think that needs just a few more minutes just to get the edge. Yes, hang on, let's make sure everyone gets a smell. What Lewis is quite right, hang on. Lift them all up. Waft them gently. Out of 10, I think I may have been a little bit cheap with the seasoning actually. I think maybe I could have given it a bit more. It smells, it's got the smell, and it's got none of that kind of greasy texture. It's been at least, I think, a good year since I've done this. I think I'll probably give that a 6 or a 7. We'll definitely do this again, and I shall get it to 10. It just needs a bit more seasoning, I think, and maybe just a bit more play, but I'm going to just put it in for its last couple of minutes. How are we doing on the sweet potato fries? There we are. Browning nicely on the outside. In fact, I will give them a dash more seasoning. Lewis is very kind. He gave it a 9.98. More paprika needed. Lewis, anyone that says to me more smoky paprika is doing well in my book. Yes, please, to more paprika. That and cinnamon. It's just it's stuck. Hang on. And it's hang on. We've got. Oh, it's King Russell. Sorry, King Russell came up with the same colour as Lewis. I got thrown there a minute. Hello, how are you, King Russell? Are you well? And this time, everyone, say hello to King Russell. I have to apologise greatly to him because he came and joined us whilst we were playing Call of Duty. And I apparently am incapable of multitasking whilst playing first-person shooters. And completely missed that anybody was talking to me for what must have been a good few minutes. Are you well, King Russell? Oh, it's a great name. King Russell the Great. Not just King Russell, King Russell the Great. You having a good day? We're all melting. Either here or where you are, everybody is pretty much melting. Are those French fries? They're not. They're actually sweet potato fries. Seasoned with paprika. Hopefully not the sweat from my brow as it's running down my nose. Hang on. Whew. I don't think Mrs. Howell particularly wants to eat my sweat along with her chick. There was a visible wince there, quite fairly, I think. Let's just now, before I forget, tidy that away. Let's get some water onto our peas and sweet corn, and make sure Mrs. Howell doesn't get any of the sweet corn. Whoops, there, Daisy. Should probably have done this at the start of the stream. There we are. Yes, I must admit, Sam, it's a great substitute, sweet potato. It's very versatile. And it's particularly if you want to perhaps have root vegetables instead of white starches. This is like a full... It is. So this is our version of doing a takeaway, but at home. 15 of you. Goodness gracious, that's 15 very generous people. Oh, pardon me. Let's just see how it's going. There is nothing nicer than sweet potato fries with a garlic Ooh, that's very nice. Yes, I'm a bit partial to the garlic dip that comes with a certain takeaway. Right, I'm going to take these out just to avoid them getting too dry, but there we go. That's our chicken. I think the fries can take 2 more minutes before they get overdone. So let's make the oven beep at me. So we'll just give them 2 more minutes. That's 15 very generous folk. Thank you all. Whenever I do a roast, all of my friends and family come around running. I can imagine, Sammy, a roast is a fine and noble thing, in my opinion. Of course, let's deploy them in appropriate. So let's just put them in a nice little display for Mrs. Owl. One eats with the eye as well as the mouth and the nose, of course. So let's do. In fact, this reminds me of a trip that we had, and this is why I'll do this again. Is that we had a marvellous experience in Rome with a very modern restaurant, very much non-traditional, but did effectively a lamb biryani chicken strip, and it was about one of the most tasty pieces of chicken I think I've had that hasn't been your very standard British soothing and comforting roast style chicken. So there we go, that's 1 for the chicken. Sammy, I've done a fakeaway cheeseburger pasta. Ooh. Yes, please, Sammy, that would be lovely. Thank you very much. Oh, you love the bowl. Kitten loves the bowls, my love. They've come all the way from Korea, Kitten, funny enough, from a friend of ours who was travelling and was kind enough to bring them back with her. So there we go. That's batch number 1. Let's lift them off. We will cook them. Don't forget, if you can make it falafel, thank you very much. That's also a useful note. Anyone here who fancies watching Kung Fu zombies, Fulama, and it is marvellous fun. I end up just giggling at the idea of Kung Fu zombies all the time. Fulama, Rob and Dan, marvellous fellows, are doing their stream at 8 o'clock. Is it 8 o'clock this evening? Oh, King Russell, you are far too kind, especially since I did you the disservice of not really being au fait enough with what was going on to chat to you properly. You are very kind. So folks, Fulama is on Instagram. If you pop over there, you'll see his start time ETA, which I'm pretty sure is 8 o'clock. Put them in for 20 minutes. I should probably do it. So let's just get our peas together. Sammy, thank you very much indeed. Do you have the 2 bowls or do we have a set of 4? Oh, sadly, we've only got the 2. But they are, I think, lovely little things. So, just, I mean, let's face it, if you are on a hot summer's day and you know that you want a takeaway, but really you know it's not that good for you, payday is a little bit too far away, then would you not feel like things were going well if this was your dinner? Would you not also think it much better if the chef making it would at least keep the kitchen area clear? There we go. I need 9 followers to get to 100. Oh my God, that is 141 of you who are phenomenally generous. Thank you very much indeed. Ah, there we go. So there'll be some peas when we plate this. There we go. Voila. And to be honest, actually, if I had that, you could garnish that with a couple of spring onions as well. That'd be quite nice. I've remembered something. I owe Convict and Omega, if he's still there, the honour and the privilege of dipping one of these into hot sauce, because I mistakenly bet that Omega would win in the 3rd round of his UFC fighting competition, and he did. I forgot. Convict did not. So, I will pick, and you will forgive me for being wimpish, I am not using the skull. I will die in this heat. No, not the skull one, Convict. I just said not the skull one. He's a cheeky fellow. I knew that there would be caps locks and a cry for the skull one. I tell you what, let's bring out an option. In fact, you know what? Let's be even more democratic. Let's open this up to the chat. The nicest of all of these, I personally think, is the Scotch bonnet one. This is a pretty nice one. The heartbeat hot sauce. I'm getting used to that. There's the red habanero and black coffee. And in fact, really, if no one has huge opinions, Omega here was the man that really won the moment. Omega, ignore Convict yelling skull, skull, skull. He know not what doom he propels me towards. I shall leave it in the good and capable hands of the kind and marvellous Omega Phoenix, who I am... Convict's now yelling, don't pick anything else or I will ban you. What's your choice, Omega? Let's hand it to you. Fine fellow, kind fellow, generous fellow, recipient of all the bits I had left. Have you noticed the shameless bribery I'm attempting to engage in at this point? Have I? Kiss ass. Desperate Convict, I think, is more the point. So, in fact, I just realised Omega may have his hands full at the moment, actually, if he's putting the young one to bed. So, from those watching, is there any view to go along with the skull? Because right now, it's 50-50 for skull and not skull. If I'm putting it mildly. What? convict. He's hovering over the ban button. I'm sending... Oh, you are an absolute star, Sam. I've reflected upon this to Omega. A genuine and serious point is, I know a lot of people, it'd be very difficult. I've always wanted to sub to people, but it's awfully difficult, especially in difficult times. And Lewis, that is phenomenally kind. I can honestly say the greatest form of support is having you here and being able to chat to you. So if, I'm honestly always honoured and flattered by anyone who wishes to sub. You will always be welcome with open arms. But if all you could ever do is be here to chat to us, I will take that with both hands with phenomenal gratitude. Meowkia, I'm glad you like the look of them. The middle one. I'm going with Kitten. Kitten said the middle one, and that's the tastiest one. Thank you, Kitten. You just saved me. The message deleted by Convict. Convict, I saw it. You can't take it back.
Maybe you should mix them.
Mix them, do you think?
Yeah.
Oh, Mrs. Owl's thrown a curveball in here.
Have one with a nice one and then one with a slightly more difficult one.
Okay, let's try one with the.
They look really good.
Do you want to come over and try one? Convict yelling, what did I say? That would be banning. Skull or ban. You can't ban me, Convict. Or can you? Could you imagine if suddenly the stream just stopped? Convict has taken over. Right, we'll take Mrs. Owl's suggestion. So, there's always exactly, Meowcat, exactly. Mix them all on one chicken. Oh, Omega, you fiend. This one, ladies and gentlemen, is the Scotch bonnet and ginger. That goes very well with it, actually.
Yeah, it is.
The sweat has amplified on my brow. Oh God, it's amplified. Oh, I'd forgotten how hot these were.
Those ones are the easy ones compared to the skull.
Well, I'm only putting a little on. You actually banned your own wife. Convict's going to have an interesting evening. There you are, folks. Your good health. I'm now going to wait for that to kick in. And kick it will.
What did you end up having?
I had the skull.
You're insane.
I'm waiting for the burn. The burn is arriving. The burn is mad. Although I did only put less on this time. But still, that's... And I'm out of anything to drink. Hang on. Woo! Oh, man. I will say, if anyone does like hot sauce, real man eats skull. In that case, I must be a real man. If I had the hot sauces, I'd be blowing out of places I never knew I could. Well said, Sam. Well said. Let's try one of these. Oh. I love the charcoal and flame effect. And when you mix it with the paprika on a sweet potato fry, it's quite something. So let's just quickly get these out of water. Or as a certain Mr. Bradley-Only would say, bibbidi bubbly book. So the manliest owl you'll ever come across, as I cowardly fly away from most scenarios. So I'm just going to rearrange for the purposes of Mrs. Owl's dinner. I'm getting a hot mouth just watching. That's it. This one's not quite so bad, actually. This one's quite a mean one. In fact, actually, that's... I'm going again. Because you've all been so lovely this evening. Let's have round two. Your good health. Ooh. Okay. I'm bracing. I'm bracing. It's hot. It's very hot. Oh, I'm going to focus on sieving peas onto Mrs. Owl's plate. That will distract. It's not distracting enough. Oh, dear me. Oh, my goodness gracious. Oh, fiddlesticks and blarney. Whew. Goodness gracious. We were actually talking about and contemplating... Oh, I'm sorry, my love. I think I'm not going to be able to sift these apart. I'm going to try.
No, I won't have that.
No, I'm not going to have that. No. I shall talk to the lovely people. Yeah, I think, Sammy, it's worth adding that for us, it's normally hot if you have a lamb biryani. So this was a real challenge for us. And in this heat, and this level of sauce, it is a real humdinger. Woo! Woo, woo. Oh, dear me. So, as I drip sweat from my nose and avoid it going onto the plate, it is nearly time for us to say farewell. You lovely folk, you lovely and marvellous people that form this chat, and it would not be the same without you. So what can I tell you? Well, we're going to put some of these pictures up on Instagram. I'm going to, I think, douse myself in a bath of ice at some point this evening. And then tomorrow, I hope you will all be able to join us if you are free. If you're not, with my absolute happiness and blessing, I hope you have a lovely, lovely Thursday evening. But we will be back playing RimWorld. And we are just at the point where a deadly heat wave has struck our little band of colonists who've just had to shoot an escaping prisoner. I say had to. There was an impromptu democratic decision that this food-stealing native woman should not be allowed to get away with it, and with food supplies dwindling, a democratic decision was sadly reached by the cannibal and the psychopath, while Jessie Cat looked away and shot her in the head. She's currently resting in a freezer as Lewis and Convict are deciding what on earth they're going to do with the body. A certain cannibal is contemplating, I think, that he would look mightily fine and dapper in a long pig hat. But we will have to see, because the more immediate problem that they all face is that there is no refrigeration, they're running out of food, they haven't got hot sauce that will make them... Did you give up on the peas? I tried my best, Convicts. Some of them have made it through the net. I'm going to just fish, I think, whilst we chat. So that will be tomorrow at 8 o'clock. There shall be some relaxing music. There shall inevitably be some stargazing by the characters and by us. We shall have some story time. We shall... Steady. Keep the sauce still. We'll have a spot of story time. We'll probably have some sonnets, some haikus, and we will afterwards raid anybody who happens to be streaming themselves. The man has a temperature of 100 degrees. Sammy, I'm not kidding. I can feel the drops of sweat reaching the end of my nose, and as they are, I'm backing away from the plate just to make sure that they don't land. I'm just desperate that they don't land in the food. I might go a bit late as my stream might go over 2 hours. Nope, that's quite all right. Come on, you join us whenever you're able. Let's get rid of that. Well, Omega, I hope to have you there, because also the more people that join the colony, whoever's in chat will have first dibs at being named and made part of our little story. And there will be, I am sure, some new people on the horizon. Hopefully some people that we won't have to shoot and slightly butcher them on the way out. It was a bit of an unexpected turn. And hello, just as we are wrapping up, but he's always welcome, Abza. Hello, how are you? How has your stream been? Abza from Singapore, ladies and gentlemen. I think one of my furthest flung followers. So everyone say hello to Abza, marvellous fellow, always doing first-person shooters, always a lovely chap to chat to, If you're in the UK, you'll find him around the afternoon, which is, of course, the evening, in fact, the dead of night, actually, over there in Singapore. And I thoroughly implore you to go and say hello to him, if you are able. Oh, you were, of course, Omega. You were away. So I'm going to give Mrs. Owl some of these bits of chicken here. Pick some of the nicer looking ones. Thank you very much, Harry. You're a lovely fellow. In fact, I'm going to go stream, so I'll join the next stream. No, but Lewis, have a marvellous evening. Have a marvellous night. I missed some convict, did I? Who did I miss? Quite right. Hang on. If you're going to do a job properly. How many pieces of chicken would you like, my love? 3? Okay. We've got very cold desserts as well, but I mean, it's a hot day, so I wouldn't really blame Mrs. Owl for not having much of an appetite. Here we go. Oh, and did I miss another Sammy message? I should be named for being injured. You know what, Sammy? Even if you're not there, if we have someone limping in from stage right, having fled their attackers, I shall remember you. Absa with the cheering bits. Thank you ever so much. What a gentleman you are. An absolute scholar. What happens if Mrs. Owl sees corn? Nothing, in fact. It's just not fan of a sweet corn, along with what is healthy. I can't speak. The chili has finally done a number on my brain. What am I trying to say? Chicken coated with almonds and paprika and seasoned with, I already said paprika, pepper and salt. That's what I was looking for. Hope you like the photo. Sammy, I certainly will when I go and have a look at it. And Hookham as well. Hello, Hookham. This was a recipe that hopefully will appeal to you. I'll send this across to you. Thank you so much. You're all incredibly kind. I can't see through the sweat that's running down my face. This is now getting really bad. This has gone from being mildly inconvenient to being a genuine storm on my face. So I'm just going to pop that there, and then I'm going to get Mrs. Owl her dinner. I shall eat. There we go. Go eat your dinner, it's going to get cold. Sammy, you're very kind. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for joining us this Wednesday evening, this boiling Wednesday evening. Thank you for the support, the chat, the laughs, the bits. Convict, can you do that? Because I can't. Oh, and thank you for following. We also got a new follower, GhostIA2420. Thank you for following. Welcome. We are a friendly little corner of the world, so everybody say hello. Thank you, Sammy. It's been an absolute pleasure for us too. Convict, try typing raid and Falama where you are. See if you can do it as a mod. Okay, thank you very much to you too. Thank you all. Convict, can we do it? You can't? Oh no. I can't do it from here. Ladies and gentlemen, if Convict, you can put a link to Falama's stream. Folks, if you have the time and you wish good laughs and watching zombies getting kicked an awful lot, may I invite you to Falama's stream. Please say hello to him on my behalf as I quietly sweat away what's left of the water in my body, thanks to Convict and this bottle of hot sauce. And to end, of course, the great joke, alas, poor Yorick, I knew him well. Not as well as I did. Sort of Tommy Cooper moment there. As I always say, to be or not to be? I know what my first choice would be. And on that note, thank you all, everybody. Have a marvellous Wednesday. We will see you all tomorrow for the RimWorld story. Take care. Have a lovely evening. Bye from us both. As ever, I missed the end stream button.